Hey, it's your girl Shay with the Sacred Way, and today is the new moon. Now, I'm not sure if you're somebody who celebrates that or honors that, and you're like, that's really witchy. What's that have to do with God? That has nothing to do with God. You're worshiping, the moon. No, that's not the case, actually. What if I told you that the new moon and honoring it is actually really biblical? So, before we go to that in Exodus 12, the new moon represents darkness. And what that means is essentially that in the darkness, that's where God likes to do new things. That's where creation begins, right? Just like the womb space. The womb is a dark space where seeds are planted. And where seeds are planted, what's that mean? Potential. That's where potential lives, is in these little seeds. And so most of us, especially, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat the fact that when we're in darkness, we're feeling very heavy, right? We're struggling. We don't want to do anything. It's dark in there. And sometimes it feels like there's cycles we can't break, whether it's addiction or grief or some kind of relational dynamics. It's a really, really heavy place. It feels like bondage. And naturally we feel like we want to escape. But in Exodus 12, before God brings Israel out of slavery, he does something first. He resets their time. He completely reorients them internally first, before he does that in the external world. And he's telling them, this new moon is going to be the new month of your new year, a totally new beginning here, right? That moment marked by the moon was the beginning of their transformation, because we all know, well, I think some of us know what happens, right? After that is how God leads Israelites out of Egypt. But he does all of this transformational work before they leave Egypt, not after, right? He starts to open up the space of, in darkness, it's where your awareness shifts, right? It's where your perception starts to change. A whole new blueprint for your life is laid out in these places, because think about it, when you're upset, when you're in darkness, we get really creative, don't we? Like, these are the moments where we're trying to think our way out of our pain. Like, how can I get out of this? Now, what if we started aligning ourselves with God, and we prayed and we took these moments to be very, very intentional? We created these moments to be where we plant these seeds, or where rather we allow God to plant those seeds in our heart. Or we search the soil of our heart to figure out what seeds are already there that God maybe wants to nourish and water and grow. So I encourage you tonight, with this new moon, maybe say a little prayer tonight, maybe light a candle, just to symbolize the fact that God's light is always here, even in the darkness. And instead of resisting this darkness, let's sit with it. Let's ask God, what are you starting in me right now? What's something that needs to grow? What needs to be composted, maybe, right? Maybe there's something we need to release first. We need to compost that into the soil to create nourishment so that the seeds that are planted can grow. So maybe setting an intention for this next month, from new moon to new moon. And also, this is the new Jewish year. So this is a whole new energetic cycle as we start spring, right? The energy is for rebirth and renewal, but first we must let go, right? We can't get into the promised land until we release Egypt, until we're separated from Egypt. Where's your Egypt? Where do you need to separate yourself? What past, what dynamic, what pattern of behavior are you struggling with right now? Sit with God tonight, release it, let it go, and set a new intention for this next month. I'm really curious if you want to talk about it. I would love to hear what you come up with, where you're at. So please feel free to comment, and I look forward to hearing from you. And until next time, have a happy new moon.